Live streaming is on.
On that day, when we had the session on partnership taxes, what I can say is that, okay, I own this, that we did not properly organize ourselves on that, because we started working, and I think one, two, like organizing, having the topics set, and then we deliberated on those ones. That one we did not do. After what we shared with Alberto, and then we kicked off the the work, and then Ate joined us. So we did what we could, but on submission, when Alberto came, he said there was the work was not properly done. For me, that was like, I understood this as it was a positive criticism, because like in every, there's always the expectation of the person in charge of a particular result he or she will be expecting. Uh, so uh, that is when we communicated, when Joyce raised or did a proposal that maybe we can go back to Jitsi, then we communicate. I seconded it. I went back to Jitsi and then found Joyce was already there. So she told me that, okay, wait, let Alberto come, and then in case of anything, I'll let you know. So that is how we concluded. I on the other side, on the Discord, I proposed to Alberto that, okay, I feel for me, could be there was a part of the information that was not properly understood. There was a misinformation, because like when we were working, after doing the 1065s, which was one, I asked Joyce and Ate if was that the only work, or there was other one. So that the report they told me was that they had done the other part. It was
Time
only
for
that one
breath.
that was remaining.
Okay, let's take a break.
Exhale
Sailing.
Yeah.
and inhale and exhale.
Okay. So they told me that they had done the other part of the taxes, so it was only the 1065 that was remaining. So so with me, okay, we concluded, okay, that was the end. So when there was a contention, and when there was a dissatisfaction by Alberto, I was positive that, okay, if we could have met, maybe get that further clarification on Jitsi, we would have still worked on it, because it was not. It was, I think we had only, because the work we had only done was for 1 hour, but that was the part where there was no, he did not reply to me. So for I felt like, now, if we are already running, it is already late, the work is not properly done. If okay, he was frustrated, I can say. That is because the expectation was high, and what he got was not what he was expecting. But I think the other thing, or the best way you would have done it, you would have still uh, uh, communicated with us. Just if it was a bit of even taking us through maybe just a step, which would have taken like 10 minutes, would have been okay. So that was the only point where I felt like it was a bit of uh, a mistake, or you would have controlled feeling on his side. That was that was what, for me, I thought. So I can say it affected the work, because on the next day, we usually have the BT sessions that is on at Hydra. So when I asked for the information whether we'll have the session with him and Joyce, there was silence. So it was a bit so. Let's hope that these mistakes happens, but we try to control, even if there's that frustration. Uh, it is a learning process. We hope that when a mistake is committed, what we try as much as possible is that we don't repeat it again, so that there's that continuity or the progress,
Time to
a positive
pause.
progress.
5-second pause.
Yeah,
All right, Martha, are you completed? Do you want to keep going, or should we repeat back?
Jay, I
I'm
didn't
just I'm just
understand
finalizing.
if a mistake
I'm just
happened.
finalizing.
What did you say, Matt, again? I did not
Yes,
get that. What did you say if a mistake happened?
I'm saying the mistakes are part of it is a learning process. So when a mistake happens, we try to correct it, but going forward, we should not repeat the same mistake.
Great. All right.
Because so that when let's say if it was a session where there was a we had maybe there's a bit of disagreement, but that one should not hinder us from having the next all the positive progress in maybe the next sessions or the future. So that's just the few observations that I have. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Ma. So who would like to repeat back what they heard Ma say?
I think Jay, you can do that. You want?
No, I don't need to. I think it's fine
Okay,
for
can I?
Joyce. Yeah, Joyce, go for it.
Yeah. He said that he owned that we were not properly organized. Okay, and then when Ate joined us, he did what he could. But then when Alberto came, the work was not properly done. So for him, it was a criticism. What Alberto did, the person in what did he say? And then he said that he saw my message that to the suggestion to Alberto that if we go back to Jitsi, and then so when he saw the message, he went to Jitsi and we were there together. But Joyce said, "Wait for Alberto." So and then he said also that what's that? He was positive that if we have if we could have met in GC again, and then work could have been done, and he understood that it's a bit frustrating for Alberto. So the best thing we could have communicated with the best thing he could have communicated with us, he could have taken maybe
Time to stretch.
All right, let's go ahead and do a 30-second stretch. Standing up and stretching. All right, Joyce, do you want to continue?
yeah. And then um, he said that maybe he could have taken us to maybe could have shown us some point maybe, and then he could have controlled that situation. And then he said for him you can say that it affected the work because the next day we should usually have PT session in the Hydra, but when he tried to check in and ask about the session, nobody answered him. So and then so it affected the work, and it's also a learning process. He said that if a mistake happened, we try to correct and go forward. Yeah, that's it.
Ma, do you feel like
Yeah.
what Joyce said correctly summarizes what you said?
Yes, yes. She has summarized everything I've said.
Do you have anything else that you would like to add?
No, maybe just something to add is that uh, uh, like whenever we should try as much as possible. Also, so that when we are assigned a duty to perform, we also try to abide with the policy, and also where it is not clear to us, it is better we get to ask before, so that we avoid the same mistake occurring again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that a request? Yeah, I think we might have lost him. All right.
So Jay, before you go, I think this is very good for because it's come up a lot. So I copied and paste the conversation. Is that you can see that I came back and I wanted to review, and I asked them, "Are you on Jitsi, guys?" And they said, "Oh, Alberto, we left Jitsi." Okay, and then I say, "Okay, I review everything, but do you get the EAs ready there?" And then they said, "No, we didn't. Why?" And then there is the message from Joyce.
Times pause.
Yeah, 5 second pause.
Okay.
Then there is the message of Joyce that says, "Let's jump back on Jitsi," which I didn't see. But I mean, I didn't see that because I was working. I was trying to do the work because I saw that the work was not there, and I was
Where is it?
super concerned. Huh?
Which line is that message on? Oh, right here.
So it's column E, line
Yeah.
222, right? So I say, "Guys, I'm back. We'll be working on the letter. Let me know if you need any help or anything." And then Joyce answered, "We are done. We're just linking the form. Please come. And kindly find here the link to the folder. Kindly review," right? This is the form, the only thing that they send me. So I asked, "Let me join, guys. Let's review everything together." And then I say, "Coming." I joined. I see that nobody was on Jitsi. So I go, "You guys are not in the session anymore." And Joyce says, "No, Alberto, we left the Jitsi." And when she said that, obviously, I was so concerned with the session that I had with Jay later that I just started to do the work. So I actually missed this message here from Joyce. "Okay, can we go quick at Jitsi and review the work and do the VAs, please, and do the letter?" I missed that message anyway. It needs to be scheduled to do a session and everything. And I was doing the work there. I was doing the work to come prepared at the session with Jay, and then I started talking with Ate about the VA session, and I don't know. And then here I wrote this message that maybe Joyce says that was heard, that they say, "I'm really disappointed. I don't understand why you made such a confusion. If form 1065 was for USOB final return, ULLC needed form 7004 for extension."
Okay. So yeah, I think this is very, very helpful to have the actual Discord. If you can also link it, that'd be helpful. And then
Yeah, I link
overall,
the start.
I think it's just very good to have that available because we've been asking for it. Perfect. Okay. Is there anything else you need to add on that? Or?
No.
Okay. So it is now my turn, and then after me, it'll be Mamoon's turn. Okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So I can go pretty quick. I'll try to keep it under 5 minutes, but you know how these things go. So I would say that first of all, like the main thing for me was, just feeling completely overwhelmed, like kind of just jaw drop, like just in disbelief.
Time for breath.
Oh, let's take a breath. Exhaling and inhale together and exhale. So for me, there was definitely a bit of disbelief in that, we are now we're feeling overwhelmed with just this whole bombardment and like not focusing on the work. And I think that there's just no question in my mind that this obviously the energy, the disappointment, the frustration, it comes from Alberto. And in my perspective, in my observation, Alberto has overcommitted himself, overextended himself, put in too much time, too much effort to the entire team. He went from working like under 30 hours a week to now working like over 50 hours a week or whatever it is, and going out of his way to make sure that everybody got as much training as possible. And in my opinion, it's just all too much. So my request to Alberto is to significantly cut back and take a step back from trying to get everybody else doing things right. It's like it's up to each person to step up and do the work on their own. Like, you can't force people to do work and to know how to certain work styles and all that. And so there was obviously was a massive expectation, but it was more than an expectation, because just having an expectation and just making mistakes is one thing, but this was another thing that, in my observation, it was being overcommitted and just putting so much into something and putting all your eggs into this basket, and then when it didn't work out in this one session, that it's just like it completely crashed and burned the whole perspective of what someone, specifically Alberto, was putting in so much effort for so many weeks. And I actually think that it might be a problem to have Alberto working every single session of every single regularly scheduled session. Like, I would actually challenge Alberto to cut his schedule and have at least 1 or 2 sessions a week out of the 12 regularly scheduled sessions where Alberto just not there, and instead you are doing something else, or I mean, you shouldn't be working on individual work without checking in, but ideally you could start with 1 session, so 1 session per week where you take that session off. So anyways, it's just Alberto obviously is the hardest worker, and he worked extremely hard, and he goes over and above, but there's
time to pause.
Pause. 5 seconds. But there's 2 concerns I have with that, mainly. One is that I feel like Joyce and other workers work with Alberto, and Alberto sort of puts off this image about how Jay is sort of like the separate component, right? Where it's like, the team is working for Jay, and then there's Jay, and Jay's separate from everyone else, and that Alberto is kind of like this middle person between Jay and everybody else. I don't like that. I don't want that. I don't want anything to do with that. For me, it's all about working directly with the team. Every single person's equal. I want to work directly with Joyce. I want to work directly with Mamoon and work directly with Ate. And I would want you guys to feel comfortable scheduling with me, and I don't feel like you do. And for me, that's a major issue. And I think that issue is exacerbated in this situation because Joyce felt like she couldn't talk to anybody. Why would you not talk with me? Why would you not send a message on the Activity team to me? I always do the Activity team first. And it's just like, I feel like there is a bit of a disconnect between me and the rest of the team. And sometimes I feel like that is pushed by Alberto and pushed by the team in general, that I'm like a separate thing, So I definitely don't think that's healthy. And as far as like other observations, it was like the experience of, complete over consuming, all policies out the window, all of the, scheduling and focusing and commitments and actual work, everything just gone. And it's like, working with Alberto the last 3 days has been, especially at the beginning, like the first couple hours after this happened, it was like, so upset, so fuming, so just like, the most masculine energy, swear words, lots of swear words, and like just really expressing so much frustration and these words, like, feeling like he was duped and like a clown, and like, really, really not feeling well, and then about it. and it was overwhelming to hear all of that. But at the same time, I did my best and listened through it, and then it was overwhelming for days and days that basically everything has been consumed by this, and you saw that at the beginning of the session, like that the this particular change of all of the things related to this template is just one of like 10 different things that Mamoon is, I mean, not Mamoon, that Alberto is proposing and pushing forward, which, in many ways is good. We have a lot of good things coming out of this process, but obviously one thing we don't have is getting more work done and getting all the work done on time.
Time to take a break.
All right, it's time for a break. So just to finish up, I'll just say that my requests are, my request to Alberto is to not spend any more time on this. That if you want to spend more time on all of these changes in the templates and changes in the processes and in the policies, that needs to be done as a team, right? If you want to spend time on doing work, you can spend time on doing work, but we as a team need to make changes together and adjust them. Also, I request that we need to organize the contentious session into a separate spreadsheet. Like, this is obviously needs to be escalated. Like, I am jaw dropped and completely amazed and in disbelief how this has affected Joyce. Like, this is 10 times more serious than I had expected it to be from, what you can read on Discord, right? There's just like very little on Discord. So it's like, I'm really glad we're talking about this, but obviously this needs to be escalated. And I think we should continue sessions every Wednesday ongoing, or at least for like, 2 or 3 weeks until this has been fully addressed, including with Ate and anyone else involved. And I think that is everything for me. So I would go ahead and stop there, take a break, and then after the break, you guys could repeat what I said. Is that good?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go ahead and take a 5-minute break or a 4-minute break, and then we'll be back in a bit. Okay.
Okay. Great.
And the
6
break
o'clock.
time to start.
All right.
And the break time to start.
Okay. Anyone back?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. Does anyone want to attempt to repeat back what I said, or to summarize what I said in your own words?
I can try,
All right.
unless somebody else wants to go. You can try. So you're feeling completely overwhelmed, and it's like a bombardment that is hindering the focus on the work, and your jaw dropped and kind of disbelief and overwhelmed about all the situation. And so, and I mean, you're one of the things that maybe, I mean, you are identifying here. There's a problem here is that I've been stepping up a lot with the work lately, going from less than 30 hours to more than 50 hours, and I'm working a lot of with with the other workers and creating kind of going out of, I mean, out of my way to do a lot of training and try to bring everybody on the same page. And then when these things happen, because I have too much expectation and I put all my eggs in one basket. I think here you were referring particularly to Joyce. I was putting a lot of expectation on Joyce. Then when these things happen, the disappointment is so big that that's why this situation is like so big, right? It becomes so big when instead I should step back and let other people step up by themselves, and also by doing this, by being present in basically all the sessions, I have created an image that I'm kind of a middleman between between you, Jay, and the rest of the team. So the rest of the team, it's getting the perception that it's kind of there is kind. I don't know how do you say, but I mean there is a perception from the team that it's kind of you're not available like anybody.
Pause.
Okay, 5 seconds pause. So that you're not available like everybody else, which is completely not true, and you don't like it. You don't want this feeling, this environment to keep going, to be there. Everybody should feel free and not stressed to talk to you directly, to work with you, and and this approve of this is that Joyce. I mean, she could have since she's been so hurt, she should have contacted you, communicated with you during these last days on Discord or anything, but this didn't happen because there is this perception that I have created, which is unhealthy with the whole team, and then, yeah, I mean, you've been very overwhelmed about all the situation, especially with Alberto. When I filled you in on that, it was very, very strong communication because I mean, Alberto was very frustrated. So also there has been the use of some language that is that is obviously it's not very comfortable. And so in conclusion, you're requesting that I step back on having all these sessions all the time with the other workers. So this would help the other workers to to step up in work more directly with you, and also they would be stepping up without always somebody else telling them what to do, basically. Yeah. So, and then you're obviously jaw dropped, but how this all affected Joyce, and given this information, we should definitely keep going in addressing these contentions and make sure that we solve it as a team and take the time we need to do that with also Ate when she's gonna be present. Do you think that is all, or I forgot something?
Yes, I believe that was perfect. Thank you.
All right.
So, I mean, I could go on and on and on and on and on, but I don't need to. I think everything I said. I'll just end with one
Time for breath.
breath. All right,
All right.
exhaling.
Excellent.
Inhale together. And exhale. So I'll just end by saying that, in my perspective, obviously there are, major mistakes made on all sides, both before, during, and after the particular incident. And I'm very happy and delighted that everybody is present here, and we are addressing it. So I think everything's working properly, everything's moving forward. We'll see where this heads, but at this time, I feel like our current contentious situation model is enough. If it at any time feels like it's not enough, there are multiple additional levels of escalation, including full conflict mediation and the conflict evolution policies. And then also we can get outside help. So there's at least 2 to 3 more levels, if not more than that, if this needs to be continued to be escalated. But at this point, it seems like it doesn't need to be escalated more than this because we're doing pretty good. So let's move on to Mamoon.
Mamoon, you want to add something to the contentious? I mean, I don't know if you followed what happened. But... Mamoon, are you here?
Maybe we lost Mamoon. So if it's not Mamoon, we're going to go back to Joyce. We can come back to Mamoon as needed. But basically, as we go into the second round, typically the first round you do the most, responding and repeating. In the second round, it's not as important depending on how much tension there still is. But obviously we want to focus on the request and next steps. All right, so we're going to go back to Joyce.
Joyce.
What to say, Jay? Request? The request, you mean?
Sorry, I had a bad connection. Sorry.
Oh, it's Mom. We got Mamoon. We'll go back to you, Mamoon. But Joyce, just to make sure it's clear, now that it's your turn again, you can say anything you want. We're just making sure that everything that you need to say has been said. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Okay, but before we go back to you, Joyce, let's go to Mamoon and let Mamoon express any perspective that he has. Then we can repeat back as needed. Mamoon, you want to go?
Okay, so about the half pay stop or about the what? About on what?
About the contention.
Time for pause.
5-second pause. All right, so this is a contentious situation in regards to the incident on Monday, Tuesday, Hydra Hour 3. Yes.
Against whom?
Well, it's not against or, it's about the contention between Joyce, Alberto, Ate was present, Moth was present, and then I got involved right afterwards. So
Okay.
it's basically the whole team. You were the only person that was not particularly involved. So if you have nothing to say, you can just pass. You're not required to say anything.
Okay. So I hope everything will be sorted out, and we will get out of this half stop as soon as possible. Check.
Great. Thank you, Herman.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I think we can go back to Joyce.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel better now because I've already expressed myself. As I said, I said a while ago, once I express myself, I'm ready to, to go on, forget, forgive things. Let's move forward. So I just want to say the policy of the company are, well-meaning and very
10
essential
minutes.
in maintaining, the fairness of the employer and the employee relationship. I do not doubt that implementing it is fair and important. However, how how you implement is just as crucial to the morale of the workers. So, and the reason why I did not reply back to you, Alberto, on Discord after you keep on telling things there, and you did not do this, you did not do that, keep criticizing things and complaining and all, because it will just escalate more. I don't want to answer you back there. So I just want uh, to tell you session. So, but it's okay now. I'm okay. And to clear about what you're saying, that I deleted the notes. I did not delete the note. I just transferred the what you call that, the topic zero. I just put it to topic one. I did not delete it. And
Time
also,
to stretch.
and, stretch.
Yeah, 30-second stretch.
Uh,
Standing up, stretching. Okay. Um, Joyce, would you like to continue, or we repeat back, or?
Yeah, and then about the back pay, that you misunderstood that I'm saying that you owe us something. No, that's not what I mean. It's just coming. It's just I'm just expressing myself that I've been meaning to support you and everything. So that's why I'm just telling all this, but I'm not telling you that you owe me something or you owe us something. No, it's your what you call that? It's your right to get that back pay. It just came up because I'm thinking that how this person can be with I don't know. We could have not escalated this one if we could have went back to the GC, and how for a few minutes maybe we could have solved it, or maybe an asynchronous work maybe from me and do again the form or whatever. So anyway, I don't. I hope you don't misunderstood that thing, and also the about the API that it just, yeah, like what I've said. I'm just telling now, but for me that's all nothing. I can pass all those. I'm just telling it because of this situation, just to just so I don't intend for you to have that you owe me something or whatever. So I'm just saying that when you were discussing about it and all, and for how many minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and we did not even set up the session and everything. It just came back to me, but that moment I don't care, you know because you're sharing us something. But I realize now. I said, if you if we would get back to everything, or for your mistake, my mistake, I can give as many, but I'm not focused on that. I'm not focused. So I'm just telling you. So
Time to pause.
5-second pause. Continue, Joyce.
yeah, like also so all came back to me, all the, when I came back to SVG when I started again working here in FQN. And then the first session I had was a contention also between you and Mamoon. So all this rolled back to me because I noticed that every time it's your temper, maybe I don't know, like you tend to high blood or something. I don't know. But anyway, I just want to I just want to mention that. So uh I don't know, that's my observation only. So, and many more, like like when Ate was stepping up on something, on a work that you want to do, and then you suddenly say, no, I think you are not capable of this work or something. That moment I said, it should not be that way. You should not be talking that way. What I mean? So that's all I can say. But believe me, after this, I'm ready to move forward. Finish
Okay.
this session. Enough.
Thank
That's all.
you,
Thank you.
Joyce. Does anyone want to repeat back what Joyce said? Let's summarize it quickly.
Yeah, I can do that. So she says that, I mean, she feels better, that she managed to express herself, and so she's ready to move forward, to go on. She highlighted the importance of the policies, and they're essential, but it's important to also be careful on how the policies are implemented, and I mean how we make try to have workers follow them. It's crucial for the morale of the worker. She didn't reply back on Discord uh, to my criticisms about the work because she didn't want to escalate. She wanted to do that in a session. And she didn't delete the notes that we took in topic 0, but she transferred them to topic 1.
Time left.
All right, exhaling, inhaling all together, exhaling. And that I misunderstood what she wanted to say before, that she didn't mean that Alberto owes anything to her or everybody. She just wanted to make examples on how she supported Alberto, and we should could everybody makes a lot of mistakes, and we could provide a lot of examples from from everybody, and but she's not focused on this on this example of mistakes. And then she finished by saying that her first session when she got hired was actually a session where I had a contention with Mahmoud, and so I have a problem with relating to myself with the other workers. There's a lot of contentions that generate from me with other workers, and that I also uh, when somebody I limit people from stepping up and taking on work. Like I said to Ate that she's not capable of something that, I mean, she said that Ate once wanted to step up on some work that she didn't specify, and there I said that she shouldn't do that because she wouldn't be capable of doing that. Joyce, do you think I repeated everything, or I forgot something?
Yeah. You said correct.
Okay.
Yeah, you missed something, but the details, but it's okay.
Yeah,
Well,
this is summary. So, is there anything else you wanted to add, Joyce?
No, that's all. I'm done. I'm finished. I said
Okay, Alberto, it's your turn.
yeah, I mean, what can I say? I mean, um, I'm again. I'm sorry that this is being seen as a problem. The way that I communicate, probably, all right, maybe. But I mean, nobody is here. It's mentioning or highlighting the fact that
Time to pause.
5 seconds pause.
21.
That all right. They say that I didn't jump on. Let's start with that. I didn't jump on Jitsi, and we could have solved it there, right? So first of all, I came back and I imagine you guys were still in the session, and you weren't. You had already finished. You sent me that work output to review. I saw it. I just started working. And for me, you just don't jump on Jitsi like this, right? You schedule. So you try to schedule. If I don't answer you, and you're serious, and you wanna fix your mistake, you keep on asking me and trying to schedule, because I wouldn't have problems on schedule. I mean, I missed that message. Then you didn't repeat the request. You didn't ask me again. You didn't make a proposal for me to schedule. So I was just concentrating in doing the work because we had the session in a few with Jay, and then you said that you weren't coming to the session. So I don't know. I mean, we have policies, and so if when I came back, you already finished your session. So then if you just done jumps on Jitsi like this, right? You just make a proposal, you schedule, and you see. Because I mean, I was just started to do the work and trying to get it done. And so what I'm missing here is that, I mean, I reacted this way, and with Mamoon as well, it was the same contentions, and that's why today I have an attitude that I'm gonna have with the rest of the team, starting from now. That's I'm gonna be available, but I'm not gonna be anymore so active in trying to schedule with you guys or trying to guys take some work or anything. Like for me, I cannot count on you guys at all, because what happened is that you didn't even take the time to double check together whatever you were about to make me review. You didn't even, you say that you transferred the notes that we took from topic 0 to topic 1, and that's all you basically did. And you didn't even take the time to read again those notes that we took to see what the work was supposed to be. And there was no effort whatsoever to produce something that I mean, to produce any work. And then as soon as they say the work is not good, and then okay, I'm not jumping on Jitsi like this. Oh, then it could have solved if you jumped on Jitsi. It's your fault, Alberto. Again, it's all Alberto's fault, right? And I don't hear anybody saying here that after all these months you guys have been here, the way that you have completely ignored any policy,
Time
any
to take a break.
any value. Yeah, I'm finishing. Any value that we have, that we say all the time, double, triple, quadruple check verification, nothing, zero. So from me, starting this moment, I'm not gonna do extra to train or to make people learn a work or something that they don't care. They just don't care. This is what I get. You guys, from what I get, my reception is just you don't guys don't care about anything. You can say as much as you want. You want to help me. You want to do this. You support me. From me, this is not true. It's not happening. You do such a work for me. You should have kept writing me on Discord, Alberto, please let's schedule. Alberto, please let's schedule. Let's try to do it together. Blah, 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 blah. No, as soon as Alberto doesn't answer, it's Alberto's fault because we could have solved it in 10 minutes. For me, this is what and what I'm trying to do now. The way that I'm trying to do is that I shouldn't be, because this again with Mamoon, I had a very big disappointment. Right, I was trying to Mamoon to step on his tongue. It didn't work. I was disappointed. I had great expectation. It happened again. So obviously, now I realize that the mistake is mine, and I'm trying to fix the our infrastructure in a way with Jay that whoever is in the session, it doesn't matter. We know that the session is going to go in a professional, organized way, because after all this month that you have been working here, you, Moth, Ate, you don't even get organized to know what the work it is. After we spend 20 minutes to have everything organized there, you just copy and paste some notes. You go working on something completely different. At the end, nobody takes even the time to check. Okay, is this the work that we were supposed to do? Is this the work that let's check again? Let's double check. Let's verify it together. Moth answering me that no. Ate said to me that everything was done. So I said, oh, it's done, right? So Ate that came after the session. So for me, uh, so yeah. So obviously it's my mistake. I put to my expectations. I agree with Joyce saying policies. Let's follow the policy. Let's do the policy. And for sure, I mean, my attitude and my effort in training you guys, in trying to get you on the same page, in trying to take on work. For me, this doesn't exist anymore. For me, I cannot count on you. You just don't care. Whatever we ask you to do goes in one ear, comes out in the other. So this is how I see that. And my opinion is not going to change with words. Oh, I want to help. I want to move forward. I want to do this and that. This doesn't exist for me. For me, whatever happens, happens. What I know is that I am not going to be counting on any of you, Ate, and Mot, and Mamoon already started not counting on him a long time ago. That's it. That's how I'm seeing this, and this is how I'm making changes on this. So for me, what is important, and I haven't heard a little bit. I've heard, but I hope it's not just words. That the policies, the things, and everything. But I mean, for me, it's just. Uh, I mean, I think I said what I needed to say, and yeah, and thank you for clarifying that the thing I requested. Clear, okay? Misunderstanding. Can move forward.
All right, so we're gonna take a break.
Yeah.
When we come back, we will try to repeat back what Alberto said. So I think we're looking at least like a 3 to 4 minute break. Let's try to go for 3, but before. That sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds good.
Mhm.
End of break. Time to start. 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 End of break. Time to start.
All right.
End of break. Time to start.
So
I'm
does
back.
anyone repeat back what Alberto said? Is Joyce
Yes,
here?
I'm here.
You want to repeat back what Alberto said, or
Yeah.
I can
Yes.
do it? You know what?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. He says, sorry that seems that it's a problem the way that he communicate. And then he's highlighting that he didn't jump on Jitsi because when he came back, we were finished. And he said also that if we wanna fix our mistake, we should have kept on asking him, and because he was concentrated in doing that work that time, because he will be with you in a few minutes, and and the same thing that he reacted this way, same with Ramon before.
Time to pause.
5-second pause. Okay.
And he
Continue.
said, uh, he said that he's gonna be not active as before. He will not uh, be scheduling that much and no effort. And he said that we did not do the effort to do the work. No double, triple, quadruple checking. He said he's not gonna do extra work anymore to just to train us, and because we don't care about anything that our words are not true, unless he see the action, and also he's very disappointed about the work. So he said he see that the problem is this, and then he said that Mamoon, Ate, and for the months that they've been here or years, and they've not been